We the Kings is an American rock group from Bradenton, Florida. Their self-titled full-length debut album, released in 2007, included the platinum single Check Yes Juliet, and went on to sell over 250,000 copies in the US. Their second album Smile Kid included top 40 singles Heaven Can Wait, and We'll Be a Dream, as well as the single She Takes Me High. The band's third album Sunshine State of Mind was released in 2011 and featured the MTV Music Award winner for Most Innovative Music Video of the Year for their interactive music video and song Say You Like Me. The band then completed a worldwide tour with Canadian band Simple Plan and performed across the US as a main stage headliner on the Vans Warped Tour. Their fourth album Somewhere Somehow was released in late 2013 and includes singles Just Keep Breathing, Find You There, Any Other Way, and Art of War. History, early years, formation and We the Kings. Friends since childhood, the four bandmates formed the group while attending high school. We the Kings' first tour was with Don't Die Cindy in the summer of 2005, under the moniker De Soto. The band De Hartwell ending supported for the final leg of the tour. While teaming with Bradenton in fall of 2005, We the Kings went on their first tour under that name as a five-piece, with the then unknown Boys Like Girls as they supported the new release of the Great Escape music video. We the Kings played on their first headlining tour Long Hair Don't Care with Valencia, The Cub, Sing It Loud, and Charlotte sometimes during late March and throughout April. In May and June, We the Kings supported Cute Is What We Aim For and Boys Like Girls on their UK tour. Under the guidance of manager Bradenton, they placed a number of tracks on the social networking site Pure Volume in 2007 to build online buzz. Meanwhile, they also pursued a deal with EMI's imprint S-Curve Records, which eventually signed the group. We the Kings' self-titled debut album was produced by Sam Hollander and mixed by Lou Giordano, and was released in October 2007. The album peaked at number 151 on the Billboard 200 and spent 15 weeks on the chart. The second single from the album, Check Yes Juliet, became a minor hit, peaking at number 70 on the Billboard Hot 100 and number 25 on the Pop Songs chart. The single was later released in Australia in 2011 where it peaked at number 26 and was certified platinum by the Australian Recording Industry Association. The album was also released in 2011 and was certified platinum by the ARIA for sales of 70,000 copies. For part of the fall of 2007, he played a tour called Torzia with headliner Boys Like Girls, All Time Low, and The Audition. They toured in support of Cobra Starship in early 2008 along with Metro Station, and The Cab. We the Kings performed all dates of the Warped Tour 2008. On August 30, 2008 they were a part of the Rays Summer Concert Series, playing on the field after a Tampa Bay Rays game. In late 2008, after completion of the Warped Tour, they toured the US and UK with the Academies. Along with supporting bands including The Maine, Hey Monday and Carolina Liar. Smile Kid. In February 2009, they headlined a tour called the Secret Valentine Tour with The Maine, The Cub, There for Tomorrow, and Versa Emerge. We the Kings played in the 2009 Bamboozle Roadshow Tour. It began on April 3 at Hoodwinked in California, touring from April through May 2, ending at the Bamboozle in East Rutherford, NJ. Bands also playing the Bamboozle Roadshow Tour included Forever the Sickest Kids, The Cub, Never Shout Never, and Mercy Mercedes. On July 8, 2009, they began their tour as support for All Time Low along with Cartel and Days Difference. They also performed at Warped Tour 2009. The band was on tour in fall 2009, again supporting All Time Low on the Glamour Kills Tour, with Hey Monday and the Friday Night Boys. Their sophomore album, which was released in December 2009, reached 112 on the Billboard 200 and spent 3 weeks on the chart. It spawned the lead single, Heaven Can Wait, which peaked at number 30 on the Pop Songs chart, and a second single featuring Demi Lovato titled Will Be a Dream, which peaked at 76 on the Billboard Hot 100 and number 23 on the Pop Songs chart. In early 2010, the band headlined the Hot Topic Presents Take Action Tour with There for Tomorrow, A Rocket to the Moon, Mayday Parade, and Stereo Skyline. We the Kings also played with New Found Glory at Fitchburg State College's annual spring concert. In March 2010, We the Kings supported Yumi at Six, an English pop rock band, on their UK headline tour along with Forever the Sickest Kids. The band has also played in Warped Tour 2010 from June 26 to August 2. After Warped Tour, the band plan on a world tour in 2011. In April 2010 the band performed a benefit concert with fellow pop-punk band Voted Most Random at a local venue in New Haven, Connecticut. The event raised thousands of dollars for Clearwater Initiative and was their biggest fundraiser up to that date. In June 2010, We the Kings performed at 93Q Summer Jam, a concert in Baldwinsville, New York at the Paper Mill Island. They performed with Cartel, Jayco, Mayday Parade, New Boys, Chantel and Spose. They performed Secret Valentine along with a few other songs, and closed with one of their most popular songs, Check Yes Juliet. Sunshine State of Mind. In February 2011, We the Kings toured the UK in 10 different cities from €15 with Manchester being one of the first nights to sell out. They were supported by Versi Emerge, All Forgotten, and I See Stars throughout the whole tour. Also in February 2011, the band toured in the Philippines with The Main, and Never Shout Never. They toured Australia in early March 2011, including at the Soundwave Festival. They also headlined 2 sold-outside shows in Sydney and Melbourne with The Main and Never Shout Never. The band went out on their Friday is Forever tour in summer 2011 in support of their latest release. The Somerset, The Downtown Fiction, Hot Chel Ray and Action Item provided support. In November 2011 at an industry conference hosted by Billboard magazine, Clarke joined S-Curve founder and record producer Steve Greenberg to demonstrate an interactive video game based on the band's music and images. Almost 2 years after the release of their second album, the band released a follow-up, titled Sunshine State of Mind. Preceded by the single Friday is Forever, the album became their highest charting effort in the United States, debuting and peaking at number 45 on the Billboard 200. The album spawned a second single, Say You Like Me, which peaked at number 32 on the pop songs chart, and number 29 in Australia. The single was later certified gold in Australia for shipments exceeding 35,000. In October 2011, Charles Trippy and Collie O'Toole joined We the Kings with Charles playing bass guitar and Collie playing keyboard and rhythm guitar. In December, Travis Clark launched his clothing line King Travis Clothing. Each month a new original design is released for sale and the previous one is no longer available. Throughout much of 2011 and 2012, they toured various countries on numerous tours including the End of the World Tour, performing with Ann Arbor, The Downtown Fiction, and Mayday Parade. They then toured countries in Europe, including Sweden, Denmark, Spain, Finland, Switzerland, the Netherlands, Germany, France, Austria, Hungary, Serbia, Italy, Portugal and the United Kingdom. The band also toured the east coast of Australia as a supporting act for Simple Plan. We the Kings played tour dates at the Vans Warped Tour 2012. The band performed at No Caprico 2012 in September alongside bands We Are the In Crowd and Before You Exit in Sao Paulo, Brazil. The band also made a stop in Rhode Island to perform at Roger Williams University. Somewhere Somehow. In January 2013, We the Kings began recording their fourth album. Travis Clark recorded parts in California with Danny, Hunter, and Collie, while Charles recorded bass tracks in Florida using Boyce Avenue Studio. During February the band headlined another tour throughout Europe, visiting numerous countries including the United Kingdom, the Netherlands, Germany, Italy and Switzerland. By March 2013, the band members announced that a new song would be released in the first week of April. The song, Just Keep Breathing, is about how frontman Travis Clark was bullied as a kid. Just Keep Breathing, released on April 5, reached number 101 on the UK singles chart and 13th in the official alternative chart after only 3 days of sales. The single climbed 63 places to number 38 on the midweek chart for April 10. The second single, Find You There, was released on May 3. Their third single, Any Other Way, was released on June 14. On September 1, 2013, they finished their Summerfest 2013 tour with Breathe Carolina, T. Mills, and The Ready Set. On Friday, November 22, We the Kings announced the title of their upcoming fourth album will be Vitam Regum. On November 26, Charles Trippy announced on Twitter that Vitam Regum will be released on December 16, 2013. On the December 2, the band announced via Twitter the name of the album had changed to Somewhere Somehow. They released the fourth single for Somewhere Somehow called Art of War on December 9, 2013. After its first week of release as an iTunes exclusive, the album debuted at 44 on the Billboard 200 US album charts and at 88 on the UK official album charts. On February 18, 2014, Travis Clark announced via YouTube that the band will be traveling on Warped Tour 2014. We the Kings performed on the Slam Dunk Fest 2014 alongside bands such as All American Rejects. Current members, Travis Clark lead vocals, rhythm guitar, keyboard, Hunter Thompson lead guitar, backing vocals, Danny Duncan drums, percussion, Charles Trippy, bass guitar, Collie O'Toole, keyboard, rhythm guitar, backing vocals. Former members, Drew Thompson, bass. Discography, albums, studio albums, extended plays, singles, awards, references. External links: We the Kings, video premiere Secret Valentine on MTV U premiered January 26, 2009. Official site